The forest was silent, broken only by the rustle of pine needles and the faint chirping of birds. But then came a sound so piercing it sent chills through everyone's spine. K9 Rex's bark. His deep, frantic growl echoed across the clearing, his sharp claws tearing at the ground near a freshly turned mound of dirt. Police officers who had been scanning the area froze in place. The bright yellow crime scene tape fluttered in the summer breeze, while the dog's desperate cries grew louder, more insistent, as though he sensed something no human eye could see. And then the faint outline of two wooden crosses on the mound caught everyone's attention. The officers exchanged tense glances, but Rex wouldn't stop barking. He was pleading, almost screaming that they dig, because what lay beneath was more than dirt. It was a secret that would break every heart standing there. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the loyalty of animals, please take a moment to like this video, share it with your loved ones, subscribe to Pawsitive Tales, and comment below. Your support helps us continue sharing these powerful stories of courage and love. As the sergeant knelt by the dog's side, his hands trembled on the shovel. The mound was freshly piled, too neat to be an accident. Rex pawed at it with frantic energy, whining, barking, throwing clumps of earth behind him as if his very soul demanded it. The first scoop of soil gave way to the dark, damp earth beneath, and an overwhelming sense of dread washed over the entire team. The forest, once alive with whispers of nature, felt suffocating now. Every bird had gone silent. Every gust of wind seemed to hold its breath. As the officers dug deeper, the truth began to emerge. Fragments of fabric, a torn doll, smeared with dirt, and then the small, fragile outline of something no one wanted to see. A hush fell over the clearing, broken only by Rex's anguished whine. He pressed his nose against the ground as if trying to comfort whatever lay beneath, as if his own heart was breaking. The officers froze, their training colliding with raw human grief, because beneath the earth lay not just evidence of a crime, but a tragedy that reached into their very souls. Hours earlier, the team had been dispatched to the outskirts of town after hikers reported suspicious activity. They thought it would be a routine check, maybe discarded items or signs of trespassing. But now, standing before this fresh grave, the weight of the discovery was crushing. Each scoop of dirt revealed more truth and with it more pain. By the time the outline of a small coffin-like box was revealed, tears had already filled the eyes of hardened officers, men and women who had seen the worst humanity had to offer. Rex refused to move. His body shook with tension, his eyes fixed on the grave, his bark echoing with an urgency that said, "There's more, don't stop." The sergeant placed a trembling hand on his loyal partner's back, whispering words no one else could hear. The bond between man and dog in that moment was unbreakable, two souls united in the mission to uncover the truth, no matter how painful. And then it happened. As they carefully lifted the box, the faint sound of a whimper escaped from within. Everyone froze. The impossible was happening. Officers rushed, tearing away the last layer of earth, prying open the cover. Inside, covered in mud and clinging desperately to life, was a small puppy, its tiny chest rising and falling in shallow breaths. Next to it lay another small form, lifeless and still. The forest erupted with emotion. Some officers covered there, mouths in shock, others turned away to hide the tears streaming down their faces. Rex whimpered, his nose nudging the surviving puppy, as though urging it to fight, to hold on, to live. It was a moment so raw, so heartbreaking, that time itself seemed to pause. What had started as an investigation was now a battle to save an innocent life. The sergeant scooped up the frail creature, wrapping it in his jacket while Rex licked its tiny face. Everyone could see it clearly. This wasn't just instinct. This was love, loyalty, and the unspoken understanding between animals who know suffering and the humans who fight to end it. The puppy's weak cries pierced the silence, each sound a fragile plea for survival. In the days that followed, the investigation unraveled a chilling story. Someone had buried the puppies alive, leaving them to suffocate under the earth. Only Rex's sharp senses and relentless determination had saved one. The case stirred outrage in the community, but it also sparked something far greater, an outpouring of compassion and a call for justice. People who had never cared about stray animals before now rallied, demanding stronger protections, inspired by the bravery of one dog and the fragile will to live of another. The surviving puppy was named Hope. She was nursed back to health by the officers who refused to let her story end in the dirt. Rex never left her side, standing guard by her bed, licking her gently as though promising she would never suffer again. Their bond became legendary at the station, an older, battle-hardened K9 and a tiny survivor who had been pulled from the grave. Together they healed not only themselves, but also everyone who witnessed their journey. The sergeant, a man once hardened by years of loss, found himself smiling again every time Hope wagged her little tail. She reminded them all that even in the darkest soil, life could bloom. Even in the cruelest act, love could rise stronger. Even in despair, hope could be reborn. Weeks later, as the officers gathered at the same clearing to honor the lives lost, 2 small white crosses still marked the grave. Rex stood tall, Hope trotting at his side. The forest no longer felt heavy, it felt alive, carrying whispers of resilience and healing. And as the team bowed their heads, tears streaming silently, they knew they had not just uncovered a crime. They had uncovered a miracle. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to Pawsitive Tales. Comment below to let us know how it moved you. Your words inspire us to keep sharing these unforgettable journeys of courage and love. Special request to comment. What would you name a puppy who survived against all odds? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.